Yeah, I was pretty much brought up in standard American diet household. I think we ate a healthier version of the standard American diet than most. I wasn't really allowed to have like sugary cereals or fast food, very
Mm.
limited amounts. Like if my parents got me that, it was like let me know that it was like a rare once in a while thing.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I know. So, I mean, I'd say the major changes didn't really happen until about 10 years ago, but there were some things that kind of happened along the way. Like when I was um, 3 or 4 years old, I saw a turkey get killed at Thanksgiving. And
Mm.
that really, after I saw that, I didn't want to eat um, chicken or turkey ever again. That was from like age 4 on. Like it's basically as long as I can remember. Um, when I was 23, I met a girl who started dating a girl who was vegetarian. She challenged me to do it for like the month of February, like 9 years ago, or no, it was like 2005. It was a long time ago. And so did that, and then ended up just staying vegetarian, but pretty much, you know, eating standard American diet as a vegetarian, eat more fast food because I was on my own and I could pretty much just eat what I wanted. And I never really had problems with my weight or problems with my health or
Mm.
any of that. And so I just sort of chalked it up to good genes that I could get away with eating unhealthy in, modest amounts and everything would be fine. But fast forward to 2010, it really starts catching up with me. And everyone said, "Oh, it'll catch up with you. You'll gain weight, you'll get fat. When you're older, blah blah blah." And it did catch up with me, but not in the way that sort of everybody prognosticated. Uh, so yeah, I developed a number of chronic health conditions about 10 years ago that just sort of crept up on me over the course of the year. And so I developed really bad digestive problems, whereas like every meal I ate was just like killing me. And started developing eczema on my hands. Started having really bad fatigue where I was like knocking back 2, 3 Monster Energy drinks a day just to kind of get through the workday. And then, if I didn't drink them like on the weekend or something, I was sleeping most of the weekend. Just really didn't feel good. I had chronic muscle pain that really didn't seem to respond to pain medication. Didn't really respond. It was just sort of my muscles just kind of always ached. And then yeah, brain fog where it was getting really difficult to do my job. And I worked as an engineer at this microchip company, and I was a top performer at one point. And then things just started to slide because my health overall was just going down. Again, I looked the same on the outside. I didn't gain any weight. I didn't, I had skin condition on my hands, which was kind of embarrassing. I wouldn't want to shake people's hand. I would
Mm.
try to keep my hands in my pockets in social situations. But other than that, I looked normal. Like you couldn't really tell from the outside that I was having problems. Um, and so, yeah, so that was sort of the beginning of illness for me. And I didn't really, there was no name for it. There wasn't something that anybody else had. It was a bunch of vague symptoms that were kind of hard to pinpoint. It's like you have disease X, so you take drug Y or anything like
Mm.
that.
Mm.
So um, eventually started going to doctors. Mainly, I think the digestive symptoms were the ones that was like really starting to ruin my life, like really get in the
Yeah.
way of just life. Because when you eat a meal and you have to like lie down, clutching your sides for like an hour because you're in 9 out of 10 pain, like that starts affecting your life, right? Like you can't just go out and like have lunch with friends. Like you got to strategically plan your meals around like pain and discomfort and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So started to go see mainstream Western doctors because that's all I knew and that's really all I thought worked. Um, and got put on some over the counter drugs initially for like a steroid cream for the hands and getting put on like just um, one of those little pink pills, Pepto Bismol for my stomach issues. Started
Yeah.
taking Lactaid because I thought maybe dairy wasn't digesting so well. but I didn't really know what was going on. And did lab work on me. Everything comes up normal. Okay, like, oh, everything, you're fine. Like, just take these prescription drugs, and um, try not to eat too heavy a meal, and we can't find anything wrong with you. Like, the labs say nothing, so you must be okay. And I'm like, I'm not okay, you know. And I'm pretty much just getting the runaround, like I'm not getting any answers, and no one seems to really like acknowledge how bad it is or understand. And I don't know, I feel like, I don't know if I'm like speaking a foreign language, but they just don't get, like, I am not well. Like, okay, I know the labs don't show anything and this doesn't look like any disease you've seen in any textbook, but I am suffering. Help
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so, eventually I thought, well, I have these digestive problems. Like, maybe what I'm eating has something to do with it, because the gastrointestinal doctor told me, oh, no, like, what you eat doesn't have anything to do with your digestive problems,
Oh
right? Like,
wow.
and I believed him for a long time,
Could I
because,
ask, could I ask, did you
sure.
want to believe him as well? Like at that point, if he'd said to you, you have to completely change your diet, do you think you were ready to do that? Or did part of you want to hear that as well? Or what do you think?
I think I wouldn't have been like, oh man, no way. But I've been
Right.
like, yeah, you know what? Like, taking an inventory of how bad that I ate and been
Right.
like, yeah, there's some room for improvement. Um, if they were like, you gotta, get rid of all this junk food and no longer have energy drinks, and, no longer eat Thai food, and, no more bread, and like all these staples in my diet, you got to kick that all out, and you're eating like pineapple and mangoes and romaine lettuce for the rest of your life, I'd have been like, whew, I don't think so,